The time has come, Rose lovers, for Bachelor Nation to make its biannual pilgrimage to the Tea-Light Candle Thunderdome for the ritual re-airing of grievances. Let's recap. The WTA begins with the cheering Thunderdome audience waving signs production handed them at the door. Maria for president, hottest bachelor ever. Jesse Palmer assures us that the women who will be telling all are currently backstage, as is our bachelor, who is inexplicably standing shirtless in the dressing room and staring at himself in the mirror. You okay, buddy? Maybe the poor guy still has PTSD from being forced to crash those bachelor viewing parties, where he was mobbed by shrieking women demanding selfies. Speaking of demanding, shrieking mobs, please welcome the women of The Bachelor Season 28. No question who wins the introduction applausometer. Maria, hands down. Looks like the sprinkle heiress has a clear path to bachelorette status if she wants it. Anywho, enough chit-chat. Cue the drama montage with awkward picture-in-picture reaction shots. All the greatest hits are covered. Just announcing her smoochy poo with Joey, Sydney calling Maria a bully after Madina said she felt bullied, Leah scolding Madina for being nice to Maria, Jess snapping at Maria during the cocktail party, and so on. Maria, being the common denominator with most of these conflicts, comes out swinging. She blasts Leah for saying that the threw the steal a one-on-one date card in the fire for us as women in the house. Other women jump in to say Leah's decision felt like a performance, especially given how she acted toward the women later. Madina agrees, telling Leah, I feel like it was really frustrating to hear you call yourself a girl's girl, and then pull me aside to tell me how to act. Hard agree, Madina. Oh, some blonde woman whose name I couldn't tell you if I had a gun to my head just started talking over Madina. Palmer, please get control of this situation. Come on, dude. Put your back into it. How about it stops shouting over the other women or else it gets the hose again? That's right, precious, it gets the hose. Madina finally gets the floor back, and she asks Leah to apologize, which she does. With that settled, Jesse pivots to a new topic. Shut the F up, Gate. Maria swears she never said it to Leah. Because I said it, interjects Lauren, one of the sisters. I'm the one who said, shut the F up. She was telling me to practice patience and be quiet, super condescending for no reason. Oh, that's nice. And we're back. Madina says she probably shouldn't have used the word bullied when she was talking about how Maria's comments about her age, which, you may remember, were something like, she's not even that old, but she did because she felt backed into a corner. Sydney insists her truest intention was only to stick up for a friend, but Edwina is 1-800, not having it. The audience loves it, because they are 100% hashtag Team Maria. Sydney tries again, explaining that she and Maria communicate so differently, which is just a softball pitch for Maria's next home run. Stay down, Sydney. Don't try to get up from that blow. Jesse wants to hear from Jess next. What was her fight with Maria really about? Jess says the conflict was brewing for a while, because every time she would try to add her 2 cents into a conversation, Maria would interrupt her and tell her to zip it and shut up, and so on. Maria vehemently denies this, and unfortunately, she does this by interrupting Jess several times. I said, zip it, and that was not shut up. She fumes. And that was one time. Looking back on telling Joey about her endometriosis diagnosis, Lexi says she was floored by his response. He handled that so well, she says. Past boyfriends did not have such a great reaction to her news. Lexi says they sometimes made her feel like less of a woman, which totally sucks. Our angel baby Joey, however, said that should they end up together, he'd like to have a toolkit on hand to help her when she had flare-ups. All together now, Rose lovers, all will. It is sweet to hear that being on the show has allowed Jen and her mother grow closer, because it helped her mother see her as a full-fledged adult. And her mom does sound amazing. She came to America from Vietnam, gave up her medical school education to raise her kids, and then became a single mom but never complained once. Jen adds that she's also heard from other extended family members since being on the show, who reached out to show support. It's been incredible to hear, she says. Okay, fine. I'm glad they did this segment. But I still think Kelsey T deserved her own hot seat moment, too. We interrupt this recap to bring you a breaking Bachelor news bulletin. Joey Graziadei still can't find his shirt, but he seems to be in good spirits. Indeed, he's definitely happier than the last time we saw him, when he found Kelsey's ominous "we need to talk" note in Tulum. What happened with that, you ask? Palmer announces that we will now rejoin last week's episode, already in progress, and find out. Okay, I'm paraphrasing. I feel like we made a promise to each other about being honest about communicating our feelings, begins Kelsey. I just wanted you to know exactly how I feel about it all. I just wanted to verbalize that it's hard not seeing you, and the days in between are always so hard. I just wanted to tell you how much I miss you when I'm not there. Guys, the way Kelsey, Daisy, and Rachel are all genuinely happy to see each other. No matter what, it's going to be me, Kelsey, or Rachel that get hurt today, says Daisy tearfully. I love them both. Obviously, I want to be with him in the end of this. They're two of my close friends, and I don't want them to get hurt. As emotional as that was and as sad as it was, I still think it was such a beautiful moment between the two of us, she says. You can see how much love there was between the two of us. Rachel kicks their conversation off with a joke. Did you enjoy that? She asks Joey, gesturing to the big screen where their breakup played out in glorious Technicolor. Yeah, that was fun. She goes on to say that it made her feel better to see that Joey cried after sending her home. I was like, at least he was kind of upset that I left, she tells him. Like several of the other women, Rachel also wants to thank Joey for teaching her that her standards aren't too high, and it is possible to have the romantic relationship she deserves. Bachelor Nation, are y'all okay? Truly, what in the name of all that's holy is going on here? I'd like to believe that no one who reads my recaps would ever commit online hate crimes, and fingers crossed I'm preaching to the choir here, but seriously, this is not okay. Rachel isn't the only one who's received toxic messages from trolls. Ladies, please raise your hand if you've been the target of online hate. The Golden Bachelors Kathy and Susan, who were in the audience, raised their hands, too. Turning to the camera, Jesse addresses Bachelor Nation directly. We love your strong opinions. But I think it's so important that we uplift these women. The Bachelor jumps in and asks people to remember how much courage it takes to be on this show. It should never be met with hate. Rachel has the last word on this subject, and it's worth repeating. We're not just faces on a screen. People are so quick to be little keyboard warriors and pop off because there's no consequences, but we have to pay the consequences emotionally and mentally. Just be kind. Your words have weight to it. Amen. Get it together, Bachelor Nation. Clearly, some of y'all need to touch grass, ideally, as you're walking into a therapist's office. Okay, Rose lovers, we're heading into the home stretch of this tell-all. After the commercial break, Joey gets a chance to talk to the other women, including Kelsey T. Finally, normalize women talking about defecation. The evening ends with an extended preview of next week's heart-wrenching finale. Kelsey cries to Joey's mom about how much he means to her. Daisy worries that something is off between her and Joey. The Bachelor breaks down sobbing at the proposal platform and then leaves in an SUV? So much drama. Holy cow, Rose lovers, the season is almost over. Before you go, a few questions. Did any of the women surprise you tonight? Do you think Maria is a shoo-in for Bachelorette? If not, who do you think it will be? And how many macaroons could you eat in one sitting? Let me know your thoughts on Twitter at Kristen G. Baldwin or on Blue Sky at kristenbaldwin.bsky.social.